there. So I was just saying, like, this is the last day that you will see me like not at full 100% presidential candidate mode. From tomorrow on, it will be candidate Schultz. You know, 100% of the time. Uh, and I I'm looking forward to it, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing it in the right way, and that I'm coming off the right way. A lot of crap out there about a lot of crap about a lot of crap. I can't. I can't. It's hard to. It's hard to even. It's hard to even get started. It's actually not, but I don't think a lot of other people know how to start. And, like, they know the problems, but they don't. They just talk about them. That's kind of the problem. Is that everyone's talking about problems. Everyone is talking about problems all the time, and so infrequently do you hear anyone say solutions. So infrequently, it's almost like, whoa, like, all right, the problem, okay, the problem, we get it, again, we get it, we get the problems, we get it. I know there are problems, okay. The solution now, do the solution. Let's do the solution. And my campaign, even if I don't become president, will be about solutions and implementing them as we campaign without taking money. Like, I won't even ask for money. I would just ask for help and research. And I am now, I'm asking right now for help and research. Uh, there's a he thinks it's a little delusional, but he's not. I mean, he's not stopping me. He's not saying don't do it. He's allowed to think what he thinks, but yeah, he's not. He hasn't said no. You can't do like nothing like that. Same with the lawsuit. I mean, same with the lawsuit. Like, like, sort of like, it's my project. Good luck. How are you, Alexander? Alexander, I have you in like some screenshots. I didn't get. They weren't perfect, but I have you kind of like. I think you were defending me, actually. Uh, I looked you up. I tried. I think you also came after me at one point too, though. I don't even know. I did try to look you up, but I couldn't find any. Dude, I don't like politics either, but I'm not really like. I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. I'm a more of a CEO. Like, I get things done. I do. Like, if I had a list of board members off of a questionable sexual assault center, I would definitely give my one of my aides or coworkers a list of names, and then ask them to simply email all of these people, find their email, and contact them all individually, and just give those two questions. The two questions would be, what's your affiliation with this center? And two, what do you know about the protocol of helping victims at this center? And that's it. And then you just have to compare them all. And I'll do that. Yeah, I know you have. I think that sometimes things get confused, you know? Oh, really? Oh, thank you. I think we all did, Alex. We worked together on that way. No, we don't have to agree. We do not have to agree on anything. That's okay, but we do have to respect one another to a, I think, to like, at least just respect. Not total disrespect, not total like abandonment of of decency. That's not going to fly. I mean, it has flown way too long. I mean, like, I the problem and the only problem with the case in district court is making it clear to the judge exactly what's happening, because I think he's not really in this world of YouTube and it's newer. Well, that's why I have the live chat, sir. Look. I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be any mistakes. There's gonna be some mistakes, you know. No, why would I? No, let's sue the people if they vote against me. No, of course not. Of course not. If they rig the election, then I'll sue the proper entities. Yeah, for sure. Like, well, Elon Musk is already contributing to a rigging of the election in some sense, because he's ghost banning and shadow banning people on Twitter, you know, and YouTube is, in a sense, and it's hard for me to see how they didn't do this in the last election too. Of course they did. Of course they did. In fact, it's not even debatable. It's their algorithm, right? So their algorithm is going to show you what they want it to show you. It's, people can think algorithm is this like naturally occurring thing, which it can be, but it can also be manipulated very easily with a back end system, very easily. You know, like just the way I can like click, like hide this person on my hide this person on my channel. Like I could do that to the person that just said I was wearing a wig, which if I was, I would just say, yeah, I'm wearing it. I like it. It's a good wig. Like, I don't even care. What is that? What does that have to do with anything? Is that supposed to embarrass me that you say I'm wearing a wig? I'm not even gonna like it wouldn't embarrass me if, frankly, I was running for president and wearing a wig, and that embarrassed me that much. I would say don't vote for me because I'm a fake. You know, I'm trying to appear right, but that's not the case. But frankly, you're harassing people that wear wigs, and I don't like it because they didn't do shit to you necessarily. What do you have? Like, you know, I don't like those kinds of insults, and because it's like, okay, and are people not allowed to wear a wig? Like, is there a crime against a wig? I don't think so. Okay, like that's, what does that mean? What does that mean? Am I suing Planet of the Apes? Is that an LLC or something? I mean, I don't know. Is Planet of the Apes like a business or something, that an entity that could be sued even? Or I thought it was just like a concept of, or like a creative IP. Am I going to sue the IP for what? Ripping off my likeness? Who cares? No, they can have it. I like Planet of the Apes. I think it's funny. Any more questions? Is there any more questions? I mean, at this point, it doesn't bother me, but it will bother you like very soon. You fucking, mongoloids. you fucking like one brain cell wonders. You don't even have one brain cell. You have no brain cells. You don't even know when someone's suing you to stop what you're doing that got you sued. That's a pretty much of a no-brainer, if you ask me, because it costs money to be in court, right? So there you start there. Well, I don't want to have to spend all that money. Well, then I'm just going to stop doing this. Like this is common sense. One brain cell, and you would know that. But I understand that you don't have any. That you're working off of an empty vessel, and maybe you are just an empty vessel, and you can, I mean, pretty much it's like, especially if you're just strategizing right now to insult me, that shows me that you really don't have any substance at all, that you're merely strategized, meaning that it's just a program. You're a robot. You're basically a robot, because you can't even be in conversation. You can't, because you I don't know why, but you just can't. You don't know how. Okay, no. First of all, nonce. Give me a break. Like, I know that you're trying to pretend you're Oh wait, or maybe you are English. Uh, I don't think he does write so many nonce scenes. Actually, I don't know which book you're referring to, but I don't. There's not a surplus of that kind of scene or imagery in his books. Not that I know of. And there is one in Lesson Zero. I know that. That was meant to get you thinking, buddy. Like, have you ever done that? No, so you wouldn't know what that is. So you can't relate because you don't know how to think. So you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to properly metabolize like literature at all, which is sad. That's very sad because I would say reading books is some of the most enriching moments of my life. This book is like the most important novel I've ever read. The Magic Mountain. So gross. All right, that's enough of that. I'm gonna give Tammy a wrench and see. Just because I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Yeah. Tammy, it's a really amazing experience. It's a really amazing experience to be enwrapped in a book. It's like nothing that you can imagine. It's simply just heaven in a way. I know Tammy. I know Tammy. I didn't say I didn't. And you're right. I pretty much only do give it to people that I know, that I've spoken to on the phone many times. I don't typically give anyone a wrench because, usually it's just a bunch of stalker people in there. It's not even like one person that's like normal, like most of the time. So also like you have to understand it takes a toll on you to like I understand, not letting it get to you, but you do want to what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. So like this type of thing is definitely it makes it hard to think clearly. And it must be by design at this point. I mean, I would just love to know who's typing that shit. Yeah, of course, Alexander. Of course they are. Of course. I mean, it's not even hard to see. Oh, it just sucks. It sucks when you want just a just environment, and like this is what you get. Yeah, I know. Alexander, do you live in the country in the United States? Oh, Denmark. I don't know if I can get affidavits from Denmark, but like if that is possible, I'll look into it. But is it? See, it could be. But I mean, it could be. Rob Motto is a professional troll. Jesus. Prove to me, Alexander, that you are a person. Can you? I actually don't believe that account. Obviously, that account just said like, look, here comes the LAPD, here comes the FBI. Like, why would I trust them? I don't think you're AI. I don't think you're AI at all. Okay, now I believe Alexander. An affidavit, Alexander, is just like a testimony, like saying I've been in Todd's live chats for years and have seen so many people come in and harass him and stalk him, and they all come from. This would be an affidavit would be your testimony, so it would have to be what you saw, not what I say. But like, there's in America, you have to have it legally notarized, basically, in order for it to like be acceptable in court. I think I don't see why an international affidavit wouldn't work, but if you want to do that, you can. Boom, 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 boom. And when the day breaks, I go crazy thinking about you constantly, daily. You make all my dreams come true, 'cause you live by the light of the sun underneath the moon. When the day comes, I'm going crazy, and I'm always thinking about my baby, wondering about all the things to come true. No one about me and no one about you. But oh, when the day breaks, I go crazy thinking about you constantly, daily. You make all my dreams come true, 'cause you live by the light of the sun underneath the moon. Underneath the moon. And oh, when the night falls, I wonder, and the rain pours down, I hear thunder. I'm thinking about all these dreams to come true, and I wonder the light and under the moon. But oh, when the day breaks, I go crazy thinking about you constantly, baby. And you make all my dreams come true, 'cause you live by the light of the sun underneath the moon. When the day breaks, I go crazy and think about you constantly, lately. You make all my dreams come true, 'cause you live by the light of the sun underneath the moon. Allege that an alias is someone without proof. Well, that's why an affidavit from Alexander would be helpful to determine that it's not, it's clearly, although an alias coming from a source. But frankly, I haven't gotten any affidavits, and so I haven't focused on it really, but. I fucking sense. And if I listen underneath. Yeah, just sing. I think that I've practiced enough singing to be good. I don't care. I'm not gonna brag about it. But I'm not gonna delude myself either. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about that. I think that they can. I think. Sorry, I just like to do this little thing. I guess my campaign is still going. But it's not just campaign, it's also human rights. I'm advocating for human rights. This is how you do it. Dude, they're smart. The Nigerians are smarter than the Americans. I've literally heard much more intellectual conversation. You guys should know what's going on in Nigeria too. It's horrible. So I'm going to. We have a campaign. We're going to just make sure that Chicago State University, who's issued a fraudulent diploma, that's what's alleged, and it seems very compelling. And we just want the president of that university to make a statement about the diploma. To make it vivid. I'll be back. I'll be right back. I just need to speak one time here. Yeah, of course it does. No. That's not true. They're awesome. That's not true. Nigerians are very intelligent. Yeah, that's true. They're divided, just like here. Yeah, discrimination. Oh my God. Yeah, that made a breakthrough, and this woman, Avril, who leads us, did. She very smart. You just have to learn. You can just listen. You don't even need to talk in these spaces, and you'll learn so much. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We have a plan. I think this is a very fun. The lady said there's one lady that posted that Yeah. Yeah. And then just made money off of it. Yeah, to do stuff. You gotta take action. Take action. You know, problem is there. You just do it now. That's when you're being told to do it. You do it now. But you have to figure out what you're gonna do. Yes, I had shit jello a few years ago. I admit it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, we're going to. This is what people are feeling, like nothing's happening ever. There's problems and no one's doing anything. Yeah, exactly, and no one does anything. Fucking hell. Yeah, they probably will. Of course they will. Yeah. I will say these guys, this terrorists in the air, or their office or something. At least this drone that people are using for pictures and all that. At least it can be revealed to see these people in those forests. Something should be done. There's something yes. Exactly. Yep. Dude, information. Information is the most powerful weapon. Where they are, with the help of that tool, what they do, the places they are, then, I mean, there are some people in the information. They are still not with this government that doesn't like what is now, what is really happening. I appreciate you for joining. I went on Clubhouse. I just popped in as I this place. Religion is not a political problem. It's a religious problem. Everybody's talking about religion. Yeah. So I heard him speaking and I reached out to him and I'm like, guy, I understand what you're saying. Good for you. It's not a religious problem. But the people with the political problems can be solved with political measures. Religious problems can't. So that's why I reached out to him and today when I started this space, I sent him a message. Project, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and understand you. It is a peace. You're not supposed to be defending yourself. Exactly. You're supposed to be Exactly. When the government's not doing what they're supposed to do, you're not supposed to be like defending yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. I see. Yeah. It is true. People don't want to do anything. They just want to talk about it. And it's like, okay, we all know now. This is Nigeria, by the way, just in case anyone just jumped on. Maybe that would work. But they were not listening. They tried to laugh you off the stage. Yeah, they tried to laugh you off, yeah. Not a racist. I don't, honestly, it's just, whatever. I don't even care if people think that. I don't even care. Look at my actions, and then we can talk about my works. Can I say a brief word, Avril? Oh, me? Me? Not me, right? Can you hear me? 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 Can you hear me though? Hello? Hello? Okay, good. Sorry. All right, I just wanted to come in because we did read a press release. I do believe Avril is right on target, and she said something, and I believe that if you favor what she was saying, I want to say that I've been talking to Nigerians for like months now, and you guys have a far higher level of dialogue than I think that we find in the United States, actually. I think you guys all sound very educated for the very most part, to be quite frank. I know I'm not supposed to say big quite frankly, but that's another issue. But I've known Nigerians to be very intelligent. I have. And Avril, said the other day that we need to do something about the protests. Not going to work. Like they're too riotous, but they have to be in conjunction with the information so that you guys can be coalesced. And we came up with the Chicago State University president. So I'm in the United States, and I'm running for president of the United States. And so that is leverage for me to use for the Chicago State University president to come out with a statement. Now, if she wants to claim that the diploma or the certificate is real, then she's got to bring all the evidence and talk about it at length. Or she needs to come out and say it's a fraud, and then that's it. And it's like today, like not tomorrow. Like you guys are talking about bloodshed, so this means not tomorrow, not the next day, and not the next day. Do it now, like right now. Look into it right now, because at that point, when she knows, she must know. I mean, that's conspiracy, right? That's like obstruction of justice, basically. Obstructing justice. And I believe that point on that fraudulent certificate is easy enough for everyone to understand, to where you won't be debating religion when you know that he has a fraudulent diploma. You'd be like, oh, he's a fraud. He lied. And that's that. That's the end of the story. There's not really much more that we need to know other than he's a total fraud and a liar. But the details, frankly, about that one topic, you say that there's gender issues. I heard there's birthday issues potentially. I also read the BBC article that said that there were no facts. That article is full of facts to support that the evidence that it's a fraud. If you read the article, it's almost shocking. Like, it's double speak. It's like the headline says one thing and the whole article basically says another. Completely. So I would just and I know there's a press release that we've written, and I believe that should be circulated. Avril said she's able to be able to pay that a fee or something. You said paid. So that should be circulated ASAP, and then from there, just put the pressure on her with the hashtag not one more day, and then it's a good hashtag because it could be used for a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, but like not one more day. Like, don't just sit in your office or your home and have breakfast or whatever it is you're doing. Get out there and do something that's going to help people that are in trouble right now. Like, I don't care if you're having brunch with your kids. Make a statement because it's true and it's dangerous. It's dangerous not to. Doesn't she care as a president of a university? How can you not care? How? How can you be a president of a university and not care vehemently about this issue? You put all right. So I'm just saying. So I just wanted to say that basically. I want to iterate the hashtag not one more day campaign, which we might as well make it a campaign because it will function. I can't hear you because sometimes like this I don't know your full name, but hashtag this one. I can't hear sometimes on these spaces. The mics get weird. But so I'm not even here for a long time. I just want to iterate this. Hashtag not one more day. Their press release. Chicago State University President pressure. Put pressure on the Chicago State University President Scott, I believe her name is. So a woman, she's a black woman. She has an African first name, I believe. And she goes by Z. She's got a middle initial in quotes, which is weird, honestly. But she goes by Z, I guess. But frankly, that's one thing that you can do right now is to put pressure on this person, and it's so easy. It's not confusing. It's taking substantive quality action toward a goal that will serve your country in a massive way. A massive way. And don't confuse it from there. Just do that, in my opinion. Now, I'm not Nigerian, so I don't have the authority of a Nigerian person. But I do, as American, I can put pressure on this president. You guys can too. So that's really all I can say. You guys are all very, very intelligent. So that's you guys are seemingly well educated. I mean, I don't know about the education system in Nigeria, but I've heard a lot of smart people in here in all the Nigerian discussions. And so that being said, spread that word, spread that pressure on President Scott, and just now, she should be doing it right now. You know what I mean? All right. Well, I'm gonna listen from here, but I'm also gonna leave it a bit because I have some other things to do today. But I'm on your side 100%. If any of you need anything from me, you can message me. April can message me or whatever. I'm here for you as a person, by the way, not like I'm running. I'm here for you as a person. If there's an issue, I want to help, but this is where I would put my focus. If I were Nigerian, is on pressuring President Scott from Chicago State University to release an immediate public statement about the credulity of that. All right, thanks, guys.
And at times, they don't want to agree that some things are wrong because if they agree, they will have to do something about it. So they want things to continue the way they are because, they just want to talk. It's therapeutic for some people to come on Clubhouse and Twitter to talk all day, gather followers for whatever reason, and then nothing gets done. So I'm sorry you have to defend yourself and say, John, that's messed up. They shouldn't have got into that. I tried together to fight these people who are using to fight for us. Because even if it is religion, the government should not just sit down with his hands. With his hand
I tried to
watch
say
that every day. So regardless of what the issue is, the government should be able to stand up and fight and defend the country. And how can people even just pour in and become a part of Nigeria with no documentation? Why is our government not that support us? Everything was set up to our disadvantage. Things that the government should be taking care of, they're not taking care of it, and we're here fighting each other, talking shit. Anyway, budget, please go ahead.
I'm gonna spend my life everything's alright. I'm gonna spend my days. I'm amazing. I won't shed a tear. I don't need a cry. I won't be saved. I'll never die.
Our leaders have been able to perfect the divide and conquer theory to the best of their abilities. And here are people that are having common struggles. We are suffering
suffering, guys. You guys should all put pressure on the president of Chicago State University to release a statement now, not one more day. I'm trying to tell you that your words were so insightful.
That we all come together and demand that irrespective of our tribes, irrespective of our states, irrespective of our regions, that we agree that we want peace, that we all agree that we want unity, we all agree that we want progress,
I'm on
we
a
want development, we
I
want
know have
education,
to
we want
keep me
healthcare, we want
floating.
agriculture.
I'm on a journey.
These are things that we
I
can
don't
all
know
agree.
where I'm
These are
going.
simple things that we can
I
all
tried
agree.
to tell
I
you
don't see why
I didn't like
if you are
that tape.
talking
I'm
when
gonna
we are
try
at
to
spaces or
right
communication
away.
where you talk,
I'm
have
gonna
a one Nigeria or a Nigeria that works for
things
everybody.
alright.
Some people are triggered.
Spend my day to myself.
Yes, you might want to have Biafra, you might want to have Yoruba Nation, you might want to have Arewa
Need to cry.
Nation, but
Won't
before
be
you can
a
even have that,
slave.
you need to have a secured environment. If Nigeria today should be separated, the chaos will only become more, there will only be more insecurity. Because our borders are only open. We need to secure Nigeria first. Then we can talk of, okay, now we are secured. What do we want to do to move forward as a country? What do we want to do to make sure that we have this, we have that, to make sure that we have a workforce that can actually push for development across Nigeria.
I don't know myself.
To be talking that time most of the
Mess
time.
me
Black
up.
places are when I see that people are not actually there to discuss progress, solutions to our problems, and if we are just listening and laugh, you know. So it's easy to say now. Our main problem, number one that we should be tackling is insecurity. Because all these things we are talking about, for us to move forward, for us to develop progress, we cannot have them with the level of insecurity that is going on. And it is becoming something else that governments, I won't say that they don't have control. I think they don't want to have control of it because they benefit from.
I've got a lot of votes from people that don't live in America, but that's good, you know. It's nice to have anyone's support. In this day and age, it's just like time for something better. Yeah, I talk to Tammy all the time. I'm suing Tammy. You know I am suing you, right, Tammy? You know that big federal lawsuit that I just filed against you? We talked about it. No, we actually, no, but we talked about it and we worked it out. We were able to work it out. And so then I dropped the suit. It was really easy. All we had to do was just talk, and that was it. Remember, Tammy, when we worked out that big lawsuit that I was going to sue you for like fraud, and then you said, "All right, let's talk," and we talked like for 3 hours, and then I said, "Oh, okay, I understand now, and now I'm not going to sue you because now I know that would be a vexatious lawsuit. So why would I do that?" Like, you know what I mean? It's so simple. It's not even like it's so simple, but it can be so deceiving. People can be so simple and so deceiving. Really? Interesting. Huh. Anyone see what Tammy's writing? People see Tamara. Let's see. That would be weird. Who is in here besides trolls, though? Is this like, what? Does YouTube have an algorithm on my channel that sends them here? You can't? Well, I don't believe you. Yeah, no, I don't believe. Yeah, look, yeah. So somebody got my medical records, by the way. I just want to say this. Somebody got my medical records and found out that I had Shigella, which is a STD that you get in usually male-on-male sexual conduct. And I got it, and I was sick for a few days, and that's it. And now I'm better. Okay, whatever. I posted them. Yeah, so what? Yeah, so what? I did post it in a lawsuit. I don't care. Go ahead. Go ahead and have fun with it. I mean, frankly, it's not that much of a story other than what I just said. No. I will be suing that therapist, by the way. But in California, the only reason it got thrown out is because it was a state issue, I believe, and because you need in California there's a couple of things you have to do first. You need a expert with witness testimony in medicine in that field, and you need to give them like 90 days notice or something, which I have. I've sent notice to all parties. So all I need now is an expert witness, and then I can file the lawsuit. But I would probably not file it against the court, the state court, because they've proven themselves to be a fraud. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Dude, yes. See, this is what I want. I want to make this clear. Okay, just because I posted it somewhere on anywhere, if you come in here with the name Shigella Fitzgerald, you're shining light on it. It's like a form of doxing in a way. It is it's an attack. It's so depraved. Honestly, like, think of how many brain cells this person has. I mean, like none, not even one. Because it's like such a stupid, childish, sickening, utterly depraved way to go about harassing somebody that it makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm not going to tell, like, those people are not going to get away with what they're saying in terms of, you posted it. No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, that's actually not an acceptable way to address the situation at all. Frankly, me posting it doesn't mean that you're supposed to make an alias on YouTube and then come harass me on my live chat with it as your alias. You know what I mean? Like, that would be going the mile in the bad way, which would be violating my rights. Right? Also, like, you really just, I don't know. But if you listen to me and Tammy and like our situation, how we were able to mediate our issue without having to resort to legal, that's how it's done. And I offered people, dude, don't ever talk shit about Tammy ever, because I swear I love myself, but I love my friends more. And if you start fucking gaslighting her, I know her well enough to know she's not. I know her well enough to know that she's not a delusional psycho. She's a good person, and she has a stable life, and she has a good partner, and she's a good person. And she doesn't even actually, she just says what she believes. She doesn't always say it even. She just is speaking her heart. And she knows that doesn't know everything. She's not arrogant about it. She's not like pushy. If honestly, she just said, like, the good thing about our relationship is that we can talk to each other about anything, and we'll believe each other. Like we will believe each other. And that makes it a good relationship. It doesn't matter if we disagree even, or if, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, we could, I bet you both, her and I would be very comfortable just being, oh, I don't agree. And then she go, I don't, okay. Why? And then we could even talk about, well, why don't, what do you think? Like, you know what I mean? Can you imagine, Tammy, look at that. I said stable, like a stable adult, like, oh my God. Yeah, no, I tried to file it, but I couldn't file it. Tammy, I tried to get, I did it incorrectly. I wish they would have listened anyway, but that was my first time in federal court, and I made a procedural error, which is, I don't care. Good. That's a good thing. That's interesting too, huh? He didn't. The magistrate judge didn't? That's who would have done it, I think. No, I didn't. Okay, so you're like, who are you? How do we prove who this person is? Is there any way that we could prove it? I know, I recorded it. So, yeah. Oh, no, I asked for the footage. Michael Thompson is not innocent of anything at all. So that's not an argument that I care to have. Not only is he guilty, he's extremely dangerous and should be, I don't know what's the word, detained immediately for crimes against humanity almost. I mean, how many people has he harassed? I can't. It's so depraved and disgusting what Michael Thompson has done that I don't care about. Personally, I don't even, like, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. Like, I'm not like, I'm not traumatized by that anymore. I did a lot of work, and it was a lot of pain and honestly, the lawsuits are the thing that really helped the most, is just getting the issue out and saying it and not backing down and not, like, just, can you? But Tammy, they were cruel before. I'm sorry. They were cruel before. See? Do you see? Me and Tammy don't have the same exact viewpoint. But I know her well enough to basically understand what she means by that, actually, even. You fucked with the wrong one is what she's saying, Michael Thompson, who's probably watching. You fucked with the wrong person, and that's never going to go away ever. It's so over. Like, you fucked with the wrong person, and you needed to. I mean, you needed to, because you need to be exposed and completely got, like, removed from the space. You're not mature enough to handle it. Gregory Holmes, you are just as guilty and liable as he is. 100%, and I don't even care what you say. Because, like, look what you write. You come in with Shigella Fitzgerald. I mean, it's just like, if you were remotely innocent, you would come in under your own name, not Reamsey or whatever, Omni, whatever. Your name would be, your first name would be in your thing. And you would be saying, no, I did not do that, Todd. Or, you know what I mean? You would not be taking this tactic. That's how you know. Oh, yeah. Why can't you, like, you guys are so dumb. You can't even come in with a normal name and then try to gaslight me, Like, you can't even, like, Sean Scrotum is probably not going to have as much credibility as Todd Michael Schultz. Yeah, or Bobby Cheeseplant, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's going to be a very compelling testimony from Bobby Cheeseplant. Okay, like, like, have a name, like a real name. If you have a Shigella Fitzgerald, frankly, it's funny because I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't know what Shigella was, and they might just take it for granted that it was a name. Yeah, I'm not Jesus. I am not Jesus. I will 100% extradite Doc Savage. What do you see? What happens? Is that a threat? Is that a threat? I would say that, yeah, I am like Archangel Michael because I'm willing to slay the dragon. Is that okay? Am I allowed to think that? Am I allowed to think creatively? Huh? Am I allowed to embody Archangel Michael on Earth? Why not? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Yeah. So there. Yeah. So in that way, I'm as close to him as I could possibly be. Maybe I am because I identify with that image. I identify with that image. I don't care what you say. I identify with the image, the notion of Archangel Michael and what he represents. And I feel that I represent that, or I try to. And so there you go. Maybe that's all it is. Isn't Archangel Michael just an idea, really? In the like a biblical idea? Isn't it really just an ideal, you know? No, it's not. No, I'm not. Whatever. See, like we could go off. So this is the problem with creative thinking, is that it can be used against you. But I have to learn how to, you know. I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of like this shit, you know. So I'm frankly not gonna let it faze me. Ew, he did. That's fucking weird. I don't have a magical shrine on him. I don't have one of him. Metatron? I never said I was Metatron. Ever. Yeah, no, Tammy, it's like crazy. Hey, Tammy, put that button that I told you about. PRTSC. Push that a few times. John Polito 3. Oh God, you guys are fucking crazy. Oh, okay. I frankly understood that was not a real. I'm pretty sure that wasn't, because I talked to him and it just wasn't real. I asked for any reference, like a link to anything, and he wouldn't give me anything. So I haven't continued talking to him. I did not know that it was a murder victim, by the way. No, I didn't know that. I did realize though that picture was old. Like it wasn't like taken on an iPhone. It looked like an old picture of like an older dude. So it must've been from a while ago. Oh, the instant. Well, no, I understood that was probably a bit of a troll, but what if it wasn't? You know, some people do actually believe in ending circumcision. So I think that's a reasonable thing to talk about. I think it's reasonable to address that issue, even if it's trolling, because when you address an issue, you're doing it for other people, not necessarily just that person. Honestly, the lawsuits are pretty easy. They're not difficult. They're to explain. So I'm hoping that will resolve them faster, because, you know. Thank you. I guess I have. But that's just life, right? It is what it is. I would like to have non-trolls too. If I could get some non-trolls with those trolls, that would be lovely. Please. Ew, I don't understand. What is black magic? Like, the thing I don't like, what is it? Does it work? Does it do something? Yeah, I know, right, Tammy? I know. But like black magic, like it's funny to talk about that, because I've never like used black magic in my life. But I'm pretty sure it is like rituals, or like you're directing thoughts, or but usually the important part of the magic, don't call Tammy garbage unless you can back it up. And then she'll call herself garbage if she believes it. Like she's willing to like admit it, I think. Who are you? You're welcome, Tammy. Tammy, you have to live up to that every day, right? Like you have to live up to that. Like it can change. You have to live up to being. Yeah, you know that. Tammy, do I ever let you get away with bullshit? Ever? No, I don't. Even though I love you, I'm like, no. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. And she doesn't really let me get away with it either, to be honest. So, no. I think what I filed in the court is perfect. I think it shows a conversation that we had about a very, very important issue. I'm glad it's filed. I'm glad it's there. That means we did something. I don't think I can hear it. What? Very vaguely, maybe? I don't know. There's people all over the city. Okay. Tell them to come over then, I guess. I mean, this is what people did to me when I was like, you used to do that. You guys used to send the police here. You really did. Okay. I'm not in too deep. I'm in just deep enough. I've already I don't even care about that. Honestly, running for president is like you're in too deep. I won't. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm almost certain one of the people in here called the police at least once. You're asking me not to run now? Now, Tammy? Did you ask me that? I didn't ask you for permission, but you know what? I love playing Power Rangers in the backyard. That was one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid. Yeah, see, that's the thing, that narrative about me going potty in the elevator. Yeah, because I always do. I never went potty in the elevator, and I wonder who spread that. That was the very thing that made me think the front desk was actually conspiring with the channel, because that seemed a little specific, like about the location. It seemed to be familiar with the elevator. I thought it was Tony Cervantes. I don't know if it was, but that was my feeling at the time, and it was pretty. I'm not gonna get depressed if I don't win the presidency. No, I'm gonna be awesome. I'll be awesome. The fact that I'm running shows you that I won't be depressed about anything ever. Ever. Why? Like, come in with a name. Come in with a real name. Come in with like a real name, a real identity. I really wish that we could get this conversation to be more like appropriate. Like it's got to become more appropriate. It's got to, like, please act like adults. What's up, the good Vaughn? How you doing, buddy? Forgive me if I suspect you as a troll, because there's just frankly quite a bit of trolling. Yeah, I'm playing songs. Yeah, I don't know if I'm taking requests though, but definitely playing songs. That's a good idea, actually. Let's see what song. Tell me how you have me, baby. You don't even have to say a word. Tell me I'm acting crazy. Tell me that I'm acting like a girl. Yeah, but I can't hold back. When I feel bad, you can see it easily. You know that I can't change it. I know you can't change it, but do you know what it means? And I wanna scream when it hurts like this. And tell me, how can I hold back? Yeah, can I breathe the rain? I wanna douse out the burning flames. How can I put it, baby? How can I explain? And you don't wanna see me angry, and I'm not gonna have to hold this within. Now I ain't gonna leave my baby. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how hard things have been. And 'cause you know that I don't hold back. Oh, when I feel bad, and you can see it easily. You know that I can't change it. I know that you can't change it, but do you know what it means? That I wanna scream when it hurts like this. And tell me, how can I hold back? How can I refrain? I wanna douse out the burning flames. So how can I put it, baby? Yeah. How can I explain? Okay, I gotta get the, and I have to make sure the level. Is it feelings though, Tammy? Is it even feelings? I feel like it's not feelings. Let's see, who else is obsessed with seeing me homeless? Well, I know one person that I've sued. So that's a pattern and an indicator of who that person might be or associated with, right? Because it's a very weird attack. Even if I had an opponent, I would never say you're going to be homeless to them. Ever. I wouldn't say that. I would actually advocate for them to be housed. No, it's not. Not the way you're doing it. That's not legal. No, what you just said is so not correct. Wow. You're psycho. They want to see me home. Who wants to see me homeless? And why? Why homeless? What did they get out of that? No, it's not free speech. No, at this point it's not. If you're at this point, not really. At this point it's harassment and threats, because especially if you know the past, if you're part of 2021, then you understand full well what the significance of that is. No, the Supreme Court does. If you know that it's going to make me alarmed and worried and potentially fear for my life, which it does, then you can't go saying it in my live chat. That's not free speech. That's clearly the definition of stalking and harassment. This is the Supreme Court has written this, written that the intent of the person saying it is important. And if it's malicious and designed to make me in a state of alarm or worry, and it's just like there's no substance behind it, then in fact it is not free speech. It's just, that's the way the country's been run up till now. And if people want to take issue with that, then I'm glad to have the conversation. I mean, no, I don't gaslight people, and I don't threaten them. No, I usually do what I say I'm going to do. In fact, I always do, pretty much now. No, I've done everything I said I was going to do. The things you guys, I've been telling you for years I was going to see you, and you're still going. It's like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, at what point do you not get the message, Yeah, exactly. Because if I'm homeless, then I lose my relationship too, don't I? Yeah, which is, you can die of heartbreak syndrome. You know that? You can die. And yeah, so, yeah, it's really bad. That's what it's called, crinkle heart. I've never heard it called that before. Heartbreak syndrome is what I've heard. Yeah, but it's like, oh, it hurts so bad. And it does, dude. It does. He plays the piano, but he is a musician. He's not a professional musician. Yeah. I should probably be more careful, but I like to be very upfront and direct. I like to make sure that I'm being understood, and that and also I understand that people have different opinions, and there's a lot of opinions, and so we want to listen to those without, Scranton, like in The Office. So we go wondering, hold my hand. Tell me, baby, I'm a stronger man. What a wonderful thing to do. That's how I know I'm not through with you. Tell me everything I need to hear. How you're crazy and you don't steer clear. What a beautiful thing to do. That's how I know I'm not through with you. You're tugging on my heartstrings. You make everyone happy too. You give it all right back. You keep so little for you. But when the world all around me, yeah, they probably know that it's true. Cause you glow like a sun lamp with everything that you do. When you go away, I start to sing a sad song. No, I can't take it at all. When you hold my hand, I know that I can't. do anything, 'cause baby, you're a wise one. We go under and you hold my hand. Tell me, baby, I'm a stronger man. What a wonderful thing to do. It's how I know I'm not through with you. Tell me everything I need to hear. And I act crazy and you don't steer clear. Oh, what a beautiful thing to do. That's how I know I'm not through with you. When I'm back to my corner, the world stays warmer here. 'Cause I know that you do. Care about me too. The world all around us, they probably know that it's true. 'Cause you glow like a sun lamp with everything you do. And when you go away, you know I start to sing a sad song. Oh, I know I can't take it at all. Oh, and when you hold my hand, well, I know that I can do anything, 'cause baby, you're a wise one. We go under and you hold my hand. Tell me, baby, I'm a stronger man. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. It's how I know I'm not through with you. You tell me everything I need to hear. I act crazy and you don't stay clear. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. It's how I know I'm not through with you. I'm not through with you. I'm not through with you. Thing to do is how I know I'm not through with you. It started. My favorite book last year in 2023. Ragtime is definitely Il Doctoro's Ragtime is definitely one of them. This book definitely up there in the top 5. The Trial by Kafka. I mean, honestly, I would say that The Trial. It's not like it wasn't as buttery in a way to read, but it's so profound that it's startling and it's funny and it's a bit of a dense read. I would put that up there in my top 5 of last year. We're picking new books. Can I pick books that I've already read? I would also like, look, I've been reading The Magic Mountain for months. So I started it last year. This, I think, is one of the most important books ever. I think this is one of the most important books of all time. The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. He also wrote a book called Buddenbrooks. This is an amazing book. I started this last year, but I'm still going. See, it's a big book. It's really deep. It's really profound. It's incredible. Other favorite books? Let's see. Franny and Zoe, I reconnected with, and it's better than I remembered. It's better than I remembered. 9 Stories. I wouldn't put it up in my top 5. Not from last year's reading, but Franny and Zoe was. But 9 Stories, it is fantastic. It is definitely number 6. I reread Stoner. You know what? I got it the first time. Rereading was interesting. I didn't read the last chapter though. I gotta finish that. I probably should. Yeah. It's beautiful. The ending of Stoner by John Williams. Where is it? You want to know one of the worst books I read last year? It was by J.D. Salinger. I'll show you what book it is. Where is it? What just saw it? Stoner. It's funny, it's called Stoner. Right here. So this is a great book. If anybody's looking to read a good book, Stoner, John, this is a great book. It's one of the best, and it's got didn't get enough attention. I would definitely pick this book up if you want to read a classic. Stoner. It's a classic. It's about an English professor in the early 1900s. The worst book, ironically, that I read last year is this. So these are 3 stories that J.D. Salinger did not even want published, but his sons, I guess, published it anyway. I understand why he didn't want them published because they're just not really up to snuff. It's this little tiny book. He wrote these in like college, and you can tell. If you need a new book, Ragtime, fantastic. The Magic Mountain, if you really want a fucking mountain of a book, this is the one that you want. I do love Salinger. I do. He's like my Bret Easton Ellis. he's definitely like. But the Magic Mountain, if you want to start a mammoth book, not everyone does. I would read Thomas Mann's The Magic Mountain or Button Brooks by Thomas Mann. I would also, Gil del Toro is actually a pretty good writer. I also read a book of his called Andrew's Brain, which was not as good. It was his last book. It wasn't that good. I started reading Nausea again. I read 100 pages. Look, I love Freedom by Jonathan Franzen, but I tried to read the corrections last year. I just did not. It wasn't for me. I just feel like the 90s, parlance is just. It didn't connect. I didn't connect with it. This is not a book. What? The Magic Mountain is not a big book? This is not a big book to you? It's how many? It's 600 to 700 pages long. That is a big book by any standard. And there's small words. So frankly, I don't know what you think a big book is, but I think that The Magic Mountain is a big book. I think Thomas Mann does that best. He does big books best. The Shards I read last year, I don't know if it's in my top 5 or not. I guess it's not really, I don't know. Yeah, so what if Infinite Jest is bigger? That doesn't mean that that's not a big book. Gosh. This is a great book, though. Brett did a great job. A lot of people are loving this book. I'm in this book. Mentioned anyway, but Brett's a very good writer. I'll say that. He's a very, very good writer. I read this book. This is the longest. I didn't read this last year. I read this in 2021, actually. It's called The Longest Summer. It's by an author named Alexandrine Ogundimo. She's American, but I think she's first generation. It's about being queer in a small town. You know what? She's effective. It's an effective book. It's not. Can you read? I have not read Proust. I think Brett tried to read Proust recently, and he's just like, it's not for me. But I don't think I would try to read it. I might read it in French. I don't know. I'd have to look. I read this Nausea in college in French, like half of it. But in English, I think it makes more sense to me. This book and The Trial are there's a really interesting parallel between these two books, because what they do is they make the real and the tangible seem so bizarre and ridiculous, and that's sort of like a common theme. I think that Kafka and Sartre were like striking a similar chord. You know what I mean? But I would definitely get this book if you just want to ease it's a mild read. It's not like the most, but it's good. It's a young author. If you want to support them, The Longest Summer by Alexandrine. She's transgender too. That doesn't matter, but it vaguely applies to the stuff that goes on in the book. I read. I didn't finish. I was reading The Tale of Genji. I read the first 100 pages or so. It's like a collection of stories that sort of got novelized. This one, I read this book. She sent it to me, and I just wanted to buy it to support her. So that's why it's unread. You're correct. It is unread. Yeah. I don't lie, dude. I'm never gonna be like, oh, I'm never gonna say I read a book that I did not read, because that's embarrassing. But I want to support her. I really want to support authors. You should definitely read. Right now, I think it's the Magic Mountain and maybe even Buddenbrooks as well. Franny and Zoe's kind of up there too, to be honest. I know Franny and Zoe's kind of cliche, but so usually like a top three. This is now there. Let's see. Let me think. Top three. I say Thomas Mann. I don't know. I think Buddenbrooks and the Magic Mountain might occupy 2 spaces in my top 3, and then I would probably go Franny and Zoe. I mean, the opening. This is a monumental work of fiction. It is so good. It's exactly. I love it. I love this book. This book set me on a course of inquiry. All right, what's another topic? I think books are a great topic, though. Honestly, anytime someone reads, you can have a good conversation, because books are just fantastic. You know what I read something last week? The Bennington Review. This is actually really good. It's really good. This is Brett went to college here, and this is a review that they have that's really nicely published too. I highly recommend getting this if you like to read. There's like a poetry in it that's good. It's like I'll even read one of the poems. I'll even read The Pigeon by a young writer named Sarah Wolfson. They're all. This is a great review. Okay, so The Pigeon by Sarah Wolfson. In public school, I learned Howard Zinn from Miss Foreman, how history belongs to everyone. From Miss Brakely, that when you are stabbed in the Senate, you shit as well as die. To access a borrowed track for hurdles and sprints, we crossed the steel and timbered trestle, leaping plank to plank as the river ogled our deft feet. This right before the 4:15 train, in case we were late, or the train early, we learned another thing: to step gingerly to the ends of the timbers and hug the metal structure. From the time it took a train to rattle past our small bodies, this is not nothing. Learning to cross as well as cling, I learned that to say I don't know, and really mean it, was also a good answer to complicated questions, and how to do worse than swear in Russian. That there was a kind of love so strong it curled your toes, Toni Morrison's idea, but Miss Vale made us repeat it until we shifted in our chairs. Old enough to know that someday our toes too would curl, and maybe even tomorrow. That I was bad at drawing angles in trees, that golf was not the sport for me, that despite the mold in our ceilings and the drugs in our hallways and the occasional vanquished doe lolling on someone's station wagon, we all mostly wanted the same thing, which was at lunch a large, warm, moist cookie, and for milk not to come shooting from our noses. I learned to love the crazed, eternally breaking light of Maxfield Parrish and to write. And now at public school, my daughter has learned to knit and what a pigeon looks like 3 days dead, which is somewhat red and fairly flayed, and how to extract broken plastic from under a chain link fence. This is not nothing. The children chisel those bits into diamonds and array them on a grayish bench. And yes, they have lice, but so do the kids at a private academy. Only there they have a dress code that extends to hair, which must not go below the ears in boys and must be pulled back otherwise. And they have a dedicated lice fairy who's paid to spray and comb her days away. Back at public school, the morning they find the dead pigeon, soccer's canceled. No one wants a foot to go through that. All those rivulets and broken bits. Instead, the children sell their plastic gems and hold a conference on the insides of the formerly sentient urban bird. Bright rivers running astonishing colors, feathers too stubby for a duster, but still cupping a busted carton of distended bands, and everywhere, in every nook and rivulet, in every tired out connective tissue, this is not nothing. Tiny creatures moving, throbbing, each in search of something we all want, but won't admit. A gathering place and more than enough meat. That was by Sarah Wolfson. I highly recommend this though. I think pigeons are highly intelligent. The last night at the fair and the griefs and the hair and the speedway operators. I like that line. It's beautiful. I don't know what you mean, but it's very poetic. Stoner used to be one of my favorite books. It used to be like my favorite. So I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing all down. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you. But now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by when you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I can just see you? But tonight, and it's always times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you ever think of me. 'Cause everything's so wrong and I don't belong living in your precious memory. And I need you, 'cause I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by when you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you? If I can just hold you. Oh, I don't wanna let you know I drown in your memories. I don't wanna let this go. I don't. Making my way downtown and I'm walking fast and the faces are passing them all down. And I'm staring blankly ahead and I'm making my way through the crowd. And I still need you, I still miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? Yeah. Do you think I'd walk 1,000 miles if I can just see you? And And if I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass us by? When now you know I walk 1,000 miles. If I can just see you, just hold you tonight. That was Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles. Are you leaving, Tammy? Oh no, you're leaving Richard. So like like if, you guys can do stuff for the world just from your computer. Research is very important. Ask questions and tell people what you know. But it's like it's interesting because people will try to gaslight you, and like I said, I was Archangel Michael. I said that a couple times, and does that preclude me from thinking sanely? Is the question. Well, I think you have to answer a couple questions first. What does it mean to be Archangel Michael? What does that mean? What do I think it means? Well, I'll tell you what I think it means. What I think it means is that it means to embody the consciousness that slays the dragon. It's to be that, right? It's to become that. It's sort of like something you become. Because why would I identify with that figure? Because of what he did and what I want to do and what I'm doing. And it feels like good. It feels right to me. But that doesn't mean that I get to go say that I am, and just say, well, yeah, because that wouldn't be right either. I'm Todd Michael Schultz. I was born Todd Michael Schultz, just like you guys were born whatever you are. And, but I'm there's too many fucking things out there where you could literally gaslight me at any given turn. So, I might as well just give you guys as much ammunition as you'd like. You shut me down, but I don't hear a word you say. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but I don't hear a word you say. You're talking loud, not saying much. I'm ricochet, I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away. I would say you take your aim. Fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall, 'cause I am titanium. No, I can't fly, no. Not yet, anyway. Dude, it's a fictional being, but I'm not. And, I can identify with what the fictional being represents. And that's powerful, to really kind of feel represented by a figure in fiction. And then to say, I think I always thought that fiction and video games were meant to inspire us to really fight for people, usually. For the world, to save the world. What's the game always about as a kid? To save the world. It's always about that. And that's I think it's meant to inspire you to be like that. What's wrong with that? No, I don't have a flaming sword yet. No, not yet. But I have truth. And don't they say that the pen is mightier than the sword? They do. And how do you even know Archangel Michael can fly? Who told you? And also, who cares? This is a moot point. No, they didn't, Tammy. Video games are awesome, and they literally freaking helped me, and they gave me so much. Some of the best experience I have. One of my favorite books, in a way, or movies, is The Last of Us Part 2. I thought that was a really good narrative, and I think you have like Secret of Evermore is a Super Nintendo game I used to play that is nothing short of inspirational. Secret of Mana, obviously, is like huge inspiration to me. Huge. That's a seminal text for me. Is Secret of Mana. It's absolutely a text, and Final Fantasy VI, also known as Final Fantasy III in the United States. Yeah. Well, but there's some really good stories that are being told in video games that need to be told. And the thing about video games is that they put you in the perspective of the doer. You are the hero. You're doing it. And that's not bad. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for sure. There's some games that are not so, like mobile games tend to be a little bit iffy, because I worked in mobile games and they just want them as addictive as possible. That's it. That's the only requirement for a game is to make it as addictive and compulsive as possible. That's it. That's their only criteria. They don't care if it even looks like a game. That's the truth. They don't even care if it looks like a game. They just care about how much money they're going to make off of the ads. And when I make games, I want to make a game that I want to make. Like I want to make a good game, and I have. Yeah, well, there's all sorts of things. Good game. There's a game you can play right now that I would love if you guys would play. That if you feel so compelled, it's called Minecart Ralph. This is one of my best games that I've made. I'll put it in the chat. See right there. You can play it right on the browser too. You don't even have to download it or anything. It's good. But I mean, oh yeah, I should do that. I should play Minecart Ralph. I have to. I'm gonna do that right now. I've been meaning to do that actually. I'm really proud of this game. I want to play the artwork and just that's the boss of this world. Scott Underwood, I think, the artist, 2 years ago. You can play this for free right on your browser. It's hard, I'll tell you that. It's a little bit hard. You don't want to crash. And then there's like a little do this roll, and he tells you whether or not you pass. I think it's kind. I don't know if it's like you have to get a certain amount, otherwise you have to reach the hit. And then you have to get a certain amount of points to get through the level. want to show you the boss battle for the first world. It's so cool. Not all levels that you really don't want to get close to. I have to be this level, like, because the boss fights are so rad. Oh my god. This is, yeah. No! Can we just kick him out, Jimmy? Anything that says anything like that. Anything like anything there is a bad name. Yeah. You just pick it out. Are you there? I'll do it. There's a guy. Look at this. That goat. I get amazed at how little too hard. It's a level where I think that was the most person ever. I don't know how many points I need. It takes the point and you win. You grab it on, like, you can get extra. You get back to this level early. I think also the guns will come up with different ranking, so it's so random. It's common in the same spot each time. Just put ranking more than 125 though. I think the diamond is extra. They're more for collectibles. They're really special. There's like less. There's strawberries than I can do, and they don't do anything. They're just pretty cool. I like I got you so many times. I think about it. that's enough. No! Hey! It's the second one. I was gonna. Shit! Oh, good. Yeah! Now I can show you the boss battle. Boss battle's awesome. Remember that guy? Yeah! And you guys go to the next level, the next world, the Greek world. Okay, yeah, this is the bat. Oh yeah, I did this bat. That was boss. But look at the bat, that's cool. That's that. That's Minecraft Ralph though. We'll play that at H.io. It's fun. I was hoping to have a little bit more of a robust time here, but I think that'll